little shop of horrors, little shop of terror, call a cop, little shop of horrors, no, oh, no. I love that intro theme and love this edition, Little Shop of Horrors Director's Cut Blu-Ray Digibook from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. They did an amazing job on this release. Warner Brothers Home Entertainment does fantastic jobs on their digibooks, and this is no exception. Absolutely love this one, and this has the alternate ending. And if you've seen Little Shop of Horrors, definitely let me know what you think of it, and let me know what your favorite horror musical or comedy musical is. And this is from 1986, directed by Frank Oz, who did the voice of Yoda. He did lots of different voices for the Muppets, and he directed The Dark Crystal. And this was actually nominated for 2 Academy Awards, Best Visual Effects and Best Original Song as well. It didn't win either, but this is an all-time classic. This is a horror comedy musical classic. One of the best musicals out there in my opinion. It's very entertaining. It's over the top. It's crazy. It's wild. An excellent cast. Right there you have as Seymour, Rick Moranis. You've got John Candy, may he rest in peace, my favorite comedic actor, Steve Martin. Steve Martin was hilarious in this. Absolutely love him as the jerky evil boyfriend dentist. And the dentist scene here is just so great. I love the shot with them inside the mouth as well. I always remember that shot. And Bill Murray in here. Bill Murray is really funny when he goes to see the dentist. He's all excited. I love that part as well. And Levi Stubbs from the Four Tops does the voice of Audrey too. Just a classic musical movie. Just so over the top and crazy. Of course, Seymour has a crush on Audrey, and they work in Mushnik's flower shop, and that's such a great name for like a curmudgeonly boss right there, Mushnik. Love that name. And basically he finds Audrey 2 right there, and they find out that Audrey 2 has to have blood to survive, and suddenly it starts singing, and it basically has a secret plan to take over the world. And Audrey and Seymour, they find out they both like each other, and they basically have to stop Audrey 2, and it's just a classic movie. If you haven't seen Little Shop of Horrors, I highly recommend it. If you like movies like Rocky Horror Picture Show, I think you'll really enjoy Little Shop of Horrors. It has that same kind of horror comedy kind of feel to it as well, and great musicals in here. And I love when Audrey 2 gets really big and keeps growing and growing. It's just really kind of a freaky thing. It used to freak me out when I was a kid. Just so many great over-the-top scenes and moments in this one. Just an all-time classic, and love this edition. And Warner Brothers is so happy that they put the alternate ending on here. It's 2 cuts on here, the theatrical cut and then the director's cut, which has the 20-minute alternate ending, which before was only released on a limited edition DVD, which went out of print very quickly, and it was only in black and white on that DVD as well. And this one, it's fully restored in color, and I did pop it in. It looks and sounds great. It's right from the beginning, right from that intro, that Little Shop of Horrors intro theme song. It's just, love that sound of it. The quality is top notch. And again, Warner Brothers Home Entertainment always does a great job, not just with the presentation of the digibook itself, but the transfer as well. The transfer looks beautiful, sounds great. It's the best it's ever looked or sounded. And for a musical like this, you definitely want it to sound great, and it definitely does. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Good bright contrast. Again, very good detail as well. And the digibook itself, very bright and nice. It definitely appeals to the eye, very aesthetically appealing. And on the back right there, you have some of the vines from Audrey 2 wrapping around. And again, I love these digibooks because it has great photos, but it has lots of information as well. If you're a fan of the movie, these digibooks are the way to go for the information alone, as well as the cool photos. And there's actually a personal message from director Frank Oz as well. There he is. What he looks like right now. Basically just talking about how he's really happy that the alternate ending is now available, and so that's great. That's what the director intended. So very cool that you have both cuts on here, the theatrical cut and the director's cut with the alternate ending on here. But now let's take a more in-depth look at the Little Shop of Horrors director's cut Blu-ray Digibook. Let's check it out. And here we go. Here's the Little Shop of Horrors, the director's cut Blu-ray Digibook from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. And here's the plastic wrapping. And this is actually very exciting and surprising, because I remember I looked on Amazon a while back. They said that the alternate ending was not going to be on this edition, but apparently it is. Includes the newly restored 20-minute alternate ending. So that's very cool. There's a little sticker on the outside wrapping. And here we go. Very nice and bright, colorful front cover right there with Rick Moranis on there. And then you have Steve Martin, which, you know, almost unrecognizable with that hair. And then John Candy, may he rest in peace. One of my favorite comedic actors of all time. And you have Audrey up there at the top, and then Audrey 2 down there, and then Seymour. And really, this is just a entertaining movie, a horror comedy musical, and of course Audrey 2 needs human blood to survive, and I really like the ending to this as well, and I'm really looking forward to checking out the alternate ending too. But there you go, there's the front cover, nice matte finish, and again very bright and colorful, and it includes the director's cut and the theatrical cut. And then you go starring Rick Moranis, Ellen Greene, Vincent Gardenia, with a special appearance by Steve Martin. And then you have John Candy's in here, Bill Murray's in here as well. It's a very nice, very colorful, bright. Definitely a lot of eye appeal. And then here is the spine. And then here's the back right here. The debut of the cult classic musical on Blu-ray includes photos, production notes, and a 36-page Blu-ray book and director's cut of the film. Special features include theatrical version of the film with optional commentary by Frank Oz, optional commentary by Frank Oz on the director's cut 20-minute alternate ending, and Frank Oz and Little Shop of Horrors, the director's cut introduction by Frank Oz with Richard Conway, and a story of Little Shop of Horrors behind-the-scenes documentary, outtakes and deleted scenes with optional commentary by Frank Oz, and 2 theatrical trailers. So, very cool. And there we go. And this is just the back paper slip that comes right off, a little adhesive on the back. And this is just continuation of Audrey 2 from the front cover. The vines going all over the place onto the back. And again, nice matte finish, very smooth. And let's go ahead and open it up and take a look inside. Little shop of horrors. And a nice little kind of photo collage in here. This is actually glossy. And then some of the singers right there. Tisha Campbell and Tichina Arnold. And of course they co-starred Martin together, and of course she was in Everybody Loves Chris and just a bunch of other stuff. And of course she was Gina in Martin. Gina! And she's been in a bunch of other stuff as well. She was in the TV show with David Moyens, My Wife and Kids. So very cool to see that they starred in this so long ago. And this is actually, the Audrey 2 right there is glossy, while the rest of the page is just regular matte finish. So it's a nice glossy appeal, makes it stand out and textured. And again, the pictures look to be glossy as well, which is very nice. History of the story. And I really like these digibooks. They have tons of information here, and if you're a fan of the movie, definitely the edition to get. And I really like how these photos in the digibook are actually glossy. Makes it stand out even more. I'm not sure if any other digibooks have that. Definitely adds appeal to it. Very cool. You can see how they operate the vines right there with the people underneath. Kind of a breakout role for Rick Moranis. He was in Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and a bunch of other things as well. This is one of his more memorable performances. And then Jim Belushi down there as well. Steve Martin, John Candy. I really love the glossy photos in here. That's a great shot right there. Feed me, Seymour. And some cast bios. There's director Frank Oz. Some trivia. And again, there's Audrey 2 getting ready to devour the city. A little blood droplet right there. Very cool. And then there's Steve Martin and Ellen Greene, Audrey. And there is the disc, and then here's a personal message from Frank Oz, just a write-up talking about whatever happened to the original ending, why didn't you use it, and just goes on. It means so much and it's so satisfying now that 26 years later, thanks to Warner Brothers, the team who took care in reconstructing it, you'll be seeing the outrageous ending the way it was originally intended. Be prepared, it's not pretty. Frank Oz, and there he is now. So that's very cool. And again, there's the disc artwork. I like that. And you take the disc out, and behind there, very nice, kind of shocks you a little bit. Audrey too. So very nice addition. Excellent job by Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, and it's great that they have the alternate ending in here as well. And Warner Brothers Home Entertainment always does an excellent job with their Digibook releases, and this is no exception. Love this. So there you go. There's a more in-depth look at Little Shop of Horrors, the Director's Cut Blu-ray Digibook from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. Again, excellent release. And if you've seen Little Shop of Horrors, definitely let me know what you think of it, and let me know what your favorite horror musical or comedy musical is. Leave me a comment or a video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.